Alright, so the original plan for this video was gonna be doing a whole intro skit about how Toei can so easily mess with the copyright strike system, even when fair use is applied, and how YouTube's copyright system doesn't work and inspires fear-mongering. But at this point, my biological carrying clock is beaten with a hammer. The sweet Precure video's gone, there's probably no getting it back, and I am at least 75% okay with that. So instead, I'm gonna do a newer type of series, sorta like my build video. But instead of being a negative Nancy, which gets real boring after a while, I'm gonna be talking about something I really enjoy. So the only part of this intro skit that's here to stay is this. Sure! So, Hugtto Pretty Cure dropped on TV screens in Japan of last year. Not to mention it served as Pretty Cure's 15th anniversary, so that's fun! What can I say? It holds a strong place in my heart, serving as my second favorite Pretty Cure season, just behind Hardcatch. But before we go over why I like it, let's do a small plot summary. Ready to start fresh on herself and become the mature older lady she's always wanted to be? Hana Nono tries to cut her bangs like one before school. However, after realizing she's running late, she accidentally messes up with her hair looking fucked. Big mood right there. After helping the elderly while some Dio Brando shit occurs, and meeting with our other two main characters, Saya Yakushiji, former child actress and current student council president, and Homare Kagayaki, former figure skater and current delinquent, she goes home and sees a shooting star at night. But it's not a shooting star, it's a baby and a hamster! I hate when that happens. So after the evil company trying to steal everyone's future attacks the baby named Hugton and the hamster named Harry, Hana declares her vow to protect Hugton, giving her a Mirai Crystal and the Mirai Pad in order to transform into Curiel to fight against the Cryasu Corporation, with her two fellow classmates making similar vows along the way, becoming Cure Ange and Cure Etzel respectively. Together, they are Hugtto Pretty Cure, warriors of justice protecting the future of the world while finding their own futures along the way. Now that that's over, time for the real meat and potatoes. Here's why I like Hugtto Pretty Cure.
Is that always me?
When I'm watching an anime about saving the world, a good way to make that into a good motivation for the characters is by making the world worth saving. I'll sit through as much filler as you'd like me to, Toei, just as long as you'd make the side characters alright. I'm good with that filler shit. I watch the Pokemon anime. Thankfully, the side characters in Hugtto are no slouches. Highlights include Sixth Ranger Cure Emiru's brother, Masato, who starts off as a bossy, annoying asshat who, after being a pawn for the Monster of the Week, grows as a character and becomes much more accepting. Another example being Henry, Homare's childhood friend and original skating partner, who also gets some development, as he originally started out as a guy saying Homare's new friends were just holding her back, but he gets development too, and helps out with Masato's development as well. These two are very minor characters to the overall story, yet they have more character and development than some of the main cast in Happiness Charge. Another thing I like about the side characters in Hugtto, typically ones related to Hana, is that they aren't fucking stupid. Like, already, Pretty Cure disguises are much more advanced in comparison to, say, Sailor Moon or Madoka Magica, yet just from one look from Hana's grandmother and little sister, they're able to see that the heart of Curiel and Hana are one and the same, with Kotori developing a stronger sense of respect for her older sister, whom she normally teased for being more childish than her.
Is that always me?
The fights just leave such a major impact on me due to the emotion carried out through all the fights. Plus, the amount of frames during these fights are honestly really large. Am I watching a weekly Toei anime, or am I watching a title card for Sonic Mania? The amount of frames per scene really help carry out the emotion of a scene. For example, seeing Ruru shut down and fall to the ground, with Curiel legitimately shivering in terror. The animation was so damn clean and fluid, and it just makes the scenes mean so much more. That scene fucking hurt my soul! However, the animation during the much more calmer scenes are also wonderful to see. For example, the scenes between Ruru and Emiru serving as the ending for a few of the new episodes was honestly really nice. Also, while I feel the endings have been improving constantly since Hardcatch's first ending, I love what Toei Animations did for the CGI animation in Hugto's 3 endings. The addition of things other than just dancing, such as the alternative backgrounds, it gives Hugtto its own identity, which I'm all for.
Is that always me?
One thing I love is when the forms the team transform into relate to their character and the arc they take within the story. First things first, Hana/Cure Yao. Her story arc is about finding her own way in life, trying to be upbeat and mature after having a previously depressing and lonely life. As such, her mess up with her hair stays when she becomes Cure Yao. Also, considering how much she enjoys rooting for her friends, as well as building them up and helping them out, it's only natural that Cure Yao would be based off a cheerleader. Saya, like a couple other Blue Cure's arcs, is based around her parents' form of work, as well as figuring out if that's what she wants to do in her life. She starts off as a famous child actress, however, after helping a woman with her delivery of a baby, she begins to see more interest in the medical field. And if you'll allow me to stretch a wee bit, Cure Ange represents both sides of Saya's career paths. After all, when Saya first showed signs of her acting field, metaphorical angel wings appeared behind her back, which is the theming of Cure Ange's suit. Not to mention, doctors are shown as healers, something angels are commonly seen as, fitting nicely with Saya's arc. Homare is definitely quite different in comparison to Hana and Saya. Homare's arc is largely around building up from past failures, both with her figure skating career, where her perfectionist nature made her scared of failing again, along with her growing crush on Harry, whom she knows she can't have due to Harry having feelings for Cure tomorrow. And interestingly enough, Homare doesn't end up finding an exact answer to what she wants to do for her future. While Hana is the head of a company that replaces Cryasu in the future, which is focused around building up people's futures instead of taking them away, with Saya being a doctor in the future, we don't see what Homare's business practice is in the future, since in the finale she's rushing to make it to Hana's delivery of her daughter, which is this timeline's Hugton, Hagami. And this reflects also within Cure Etsuo. Her suit is based on a stewardess, with her identity being known as the Pretty Cure of Strength. And it takes a lot of strength to fail and get back up again to fight better the next time. Now let's talk about our 6th Ranger Cures, Emiru Aisaki, a girl with a prim and proper upbringing who wants to be a musician, and Ruru Amur, an android created by one of the antagonists, who would later develop human emotions from being around the Pretty Cure, and ending with her going against her programming. The two share a transformation device as well as a theme. They are both the Pretty Cure of Love, and they both have an idol theme as Cure Mashiri and Cure Amor, as the music also acts as a sign of the bond the two have, even in the future where Emiru is a musician, and where Ruru is technically being first developed. Oh yeah, did I mention that Ruru comes from the future? Because she comes from the future. These protagonists are awesome and I love seeing them interact and have fun together.
Is that always me?
So here's the skinny with our villains. Cryasu is trying to steal the future by freezing time by using the Mirai crystals. This is all headed by George Karai, who is both incredibly villainous, yet anti-villainous at the exact same time. In the original timeline before Hugtto takes place, George's wife, Hana, falls to an unknown circumstance, killing her, causing him to lose his mind and wish to freeze time so nothing can prevent present happiness. So when he travels to Hugto's main timeline to find Cure Tomorrow, now known as Hugton, he runs into Hana's teen self and is able to have a connection with her, only to end up as his greatest enemy. As such, in order to make his goals a reality, he will stop at nothing, using others to get their loyalty to fight for him like Popple. He's royally fucked up in the head. Speaking of fucked up in the head, Popple is a character who is used by George and as a result actively uses other people, specifically Ruru when she was a part-timer for Cryasu. Charlie, some fucking millennial. Jealous is based on the Lost Decade, with her design being based on a comedian. Oh, also Daigon's a fucking boomer. Another highlight is the fairies who are working for Cryasu, which Harry himself quit due to the influence of Cure Tomorrow. Bisine shows the obsessive nature of love, serving as a direct foil to Homare's crush, while Lee still serves as a nurturing form of love for Bisine like siblings almost. I like how Hugto's villains aren't one-dimensional, plus them being purified eventually allows for us to see another side of Charlie, Popple, and Daigon.
Is that always me?
So things are tense. Hugton's captured and Hana's going all Mother Bear attack on George, and they've got a fisticuffs fight that's super fucking cool. Eventually in the end, thanks to the Mirai Brace, the Memorial Cure Clock, the Pretty Cure engage in their cheerful style, which would allow the team to use their final attack, meaning they did tomorrow. However, the strength doesn't just reach our main 5. It reaches everyone in the damn town. This was hinted at earlier with Henry becoming Cure Infant for an episode, but now everybody in town becomes the Pretty Cure. Masato, Hana's family, even the former villains. Everybody worked together to purify George from his obsessive nature, and the day is saved. This end fight was just the best way to end it. It didn't come out of nowhere, but it was so goddamn satisfying! So that's Hugtto Pretty Cure, and did it have its problems? Probably. The main question is, do I give a shit? Hugtto is easily my favorite anniversary season of Pretty Cure, and I absolutely adore the characters in the story. The fight scenes are so much fun to watch, and I love the side characters. That said, the name's Cuspy, and I'll see you in the next tomorrow.